serve, the harder it is to readjust.
Do you think society needs to acknowledge more its covenant not only with serving troops but also ex-servicemen?
I certainly do.
And what do you mean by... Because I understand what I mean by that, and I think I understand what you mean by it, but just clarify what you mean by that.
Well, the thing is, a lot of people are anti the military because of the war. Well, I'm anti the war, but I'm pro the military. We should be getting behind the guys and girls out there. It doesn't matter what colour what colour their berry is, or what colour their skin is, or what religion they are. If they're there fighting for us, support them. We don't want them there. They sure as heck don't want to be there. But we should support them while they're there, and when they come out, we should be more understanding, because our freedom is only there because guys like them and guys before me went and did the deed at the time.
And when we see things like, as we have again, we've seen the announcements, we've seen the cortèges through Wooden Basset, we see the announcement that the deaths over the weekend bring the total of British service deaths in Afghanistan to 204. As someone who has served, and as someone who has seen the impact on the lives of those who survive, how would you like to see society making a real practical difference for the men and women who are not only in, but those who are coming out of the armed forces?
Well, first of all, I'd like to see the government make a better effort. I mean, they're not looking after them too well at times when they're out there, but they should be doing more as a thank you once they come out. Local councils, local authorities should be more responsive, because the guys are coming out, they're going to need housing, and housing, either private-owned or council-rented, is totally different from having a married quarter when you're in the forces. So they need help with that. The children, if they've still got school-age children, they need assistance with that. It's a totally different ballgame. And I think just the fact that we've now had Veteran Days is giving the guys a bit of recognition.
Yes.
I mean, we have a lady at our church, and she says, well, I don't understand this. Why do you bother? And the thing is, well, we have to bother because we have to bother because we can't let it go unrecognised. We have to say thank you. To say thank you to the veterans of old, to say thank you of the veterans that are going to become veterans, and to say thank you to the ones that are still serving.
Yes. And actually ensure that they know that what they have done, regardless of, like you say, what we think of the conflict, that their willingness to work is appreciated. Would that be the right word? Yes.
I mean, you don't have to agree with everything they're doing, but the thing is, as a lot of people say, well, I wouldn't let my son join the army. I wouldn't really want mine to go into the army. I know my eldest wants to go into the army, and that's his choice, and I would support him to the hilt. But I mean, I would support anyone putting on a cap badge and going out and picking up a rifle or whatever.
Bill, yes. Is there an equivalent of what you're doing and what the Scottish Veterans Association is doing in Scotland? Is there an equivalent in England and Wales and Northern Ireland?
I'm sure there is. I mean, the Royal British Legion Scotland, they're an umbrella organisation for other organisations, shall we say. Now, one of the branches within the Royal British Legion Scotland is called Veterans Scotland, which confused a few folk when we started up. But basically, the Royal British Legion in England, Wales and Ireland must have something similar. I've been on their website, and there are different things. And on the main Royal British Legion, the UK headquarters website for the Royal British Legion, that's where I got several of the links to the different agencies that I now have links from on the website that we set up for the Scottish Veterans.
And presumably if people are finding difficulty, if there are ex-servicemen out there and they're finding difficulty coping with life, the information that you're talking about, that laminated sheet that you had, now appears on the Scottish Veterans Association website, which is www.scottishveteransassociation.co.uk, and anybody can access it there.
That's correct. And then there's a contact email address for myself. So the thing is now, we call ourselves the Scottish Veterans Association. We actually have members in England, and the criteria is they were either born in Scotland, Scottish nationals anyway, or they've served with a corps or a regiment out with the Scottish catchment area, but we still look after them.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got one chap now who's part of London Scottish, and he's been out for a few years, and he's an active member of ours down in London. But if you get in touch, if you can't find what you're looking for, drop us an email and tell me the regiment, corps, or branch of service you were in, and then I will redirect you back the way so that they can help you find the relevant information that you need.
The Reverend Dr. Bill Mackie, Secretary of the Scottish Veterans Association, leading the way perhaps that the rest of us in society need to follow about showing a degree of concern, compassion and genuine Christian love for those who are not only in the forces but those who have come out of our armed forces and are now struggling to cope with the change and to cope with the legacy that they have brought with them. Bill, thanks for joining us this morning and explain to us the work of the Scottish Veterans Association. Thank you.
My pleasure, Paul. Thanks.